Hi, my name is Cheryl Bell, and tonight I'm going to read you my folktale, Stone Soup. Stone Soup was my husband's favorite story as a child growing up, and the moment I read it to my children, I fell in love with it. Stone Soup is a European folktale, and it dates back hundreds of years to the early 1700s. And it's been modified over the years to fit different cultural needs. Sometimes there's 3 monks, sometimes there's 1 monk, sometimes there's soldiers, and in other times there's just one lonely, weary traveler. But tonight I'm going to read it this way. Stone Soup. Once there were 3 travelers. They walked through a village. Their clothes were all tattered and torn, and there were holes in their shoes. But the worst of the news was their grumbling stomachs. They were very, very hungry. So one of them looked to the others and said, Perhaps some of these villagers could share some food. Yes, that is a marvelous idea. Let's ask some of the villagers if they could share some food. So they got up enough courage. They walked up to somebody's house and they knocked on the door. And a woman answered, Hello, what do you want? And the villagers said, Oh, hello, dear lady. We did not mean to intrude, but we were wondering perhaps you had some food to share. We are very hungry. I have no food, boom, she said, slamming the door. Well, the villagers were taken aback, but they thought maybe perhaps she was just having a bad day. They decided to try someone else's home. So they walked up to their door and they knocked. A little old man answered, Hello, what do you want? Hello, kind sir. We were wondering if you possibly have some food to share. My friends and I are very hungry. We've walked a long, long way. I have no food, he said, slamming the door also. Well, the villagers were taken aback. Never before have they ever been treated so rudely in any of the villages. So they decided to go to a pond, maybe sit and think about it for a little while. I wonder, said one of them. I wonder possibly if they are in greater need than we are. Yes, of course, that's it, said another one. They are in greater need than us, so perhaps we can share with them. Yes, what a great idea, said the third. Let's make them our magical stone soup. Yes, stone soup, they all agreed. But first, we're going to need a pot. Yes, let's find a pot, another one said. So they decided to call out to all, or call out to one. Hello, does anyone have a pot we can possibly borrow? All of a sudden, a door creaked open, and a little old man came out. Yes, and he carried a big pot. I have a pot you can borrow. Well, the travelers were so taken back by his kindness. Come, kind sir, you will be the first to enjoy our stone soup. Stone soup? I have never heard of such a thing, said the little old man. Well, you shall see shortly. So they gathered some water from a well, and they found some wood in the woods. They brought it together, and they made a nice flame. They got the pot on there, and they started boiling. And they called out to all, Hello, would anyone like to share our stone soup? Slowly some doors creaked open. The curiosity had the best of them. Some of the villagers came out. Well, boy, I say, what is stone soup? Well, come closer. You shall see, in no time at all, you shall see our stone soup. So the villagers sat close by, and they all looked in, but it was just a cauldron of steam. One of the travelers said, Perhaps it would be better with a carrot. Then one of the villagers stood up and said, I may have a carrot. fantastic, said one of the travelers. Please go get your carrot. Let's throw it in. One carrot in the stone soup will make a splendid soup. Finally, another one said, well, in that case, I have a potato. Oh, yes, please, a potato would work also. Please go run. Perhaps we could use some salt. Oh, yes, I have some salt, another villager said, and she ran off to get some salt. Before you knew it, the soup started brewing. More and more people started catching on. Well, perhaps would some beans work? I think beans might be well. Splendid, said the travelers. Of course, beans would work great. So they ran off to get the beans. Well, what about a tomato? What about a turnip? Yes, throw it all in. Go grab what you have. Let's bring it in. We will make stone soup. Before they knew it, all the villagers had run to their homes. They had brought back everything, or at least a few of the things that they had, and they threw it in the soup. And all of a sudden, this started a roar. This started a riot. All of the villagers started realizing, this smells delicious. This smells divine. Yes, the travelers said. Let's add some more. One of the villagers said, well, where are we going to sit and eat? Oh, yes, some tables would be a great idea. So one of the villagers ran off and grabbed some tables and chairs for everyone to sit down and eat. Before they knew it, the stone soup was ready. They had long tables and long chairs set out. They had food adorning the tables. They had meat, they had cheese, they had bread. Everyone had went back to get more and fill the tables up with food. Before they knew it, everyone in the village had sat down as one, and they enjoyed stone soup. Finally, the travelers had to leave. And the villagers, after the merriment and after their song, said, please, before you leave, let's give you some more food for the road. I'm sure certainly you will get hungry later on. And the travelers said, of course, we would love some food for the road. Thank you very much. Finally, a little boy came up, and he tucked on the traveler's coat, and he said, thank you, kind sir. Thank you for your stone soup. It has been a long, long time since all of us had sat down together and enjoyed a meal together as one. And the travelers, of course, said, you're welcome. You now have the magic ingredient. It is not just stone, it is sharing. If all of you get together and bring a stone, put it in the pot with some sharing, you can all enjoy stone soup. The end.